Hey y'all, it's your girl NellyVille. I'm coming back with another video today. We're gonna talk about what it's like for P. Diddy in jail, or what it could possibly be like. Cause honey, I'm sure everybody that crossed everybody mind, or most people mind, knowing that he lived a certain lifestyle and now he's in jail. What is he going through? So we're gonna watch a video and we're gonna talk about it. Well, I'm gonna talk about it and hopefully y'all listen. So let's tune into the video.
Sean Combs, aka P. Diddy, or should we say inmate 37452-054, is facing a living nightmare at New York's Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn, New York. A jail described as hell on earth. Violence, drug use, threats to life, and shared showers. No, we're not talking about Diddy's freak-offs. This is just another brutal day inside MDC. In today's episode of the Infographic Show, we'll explore Diddy's new home and his life inside NYC's hellhole jail. Diddy is currently living the counter-life to his hyper-luxurious existence that came crashing to an end in September 2024 when he was charged with sex trafficking, racketeering, and the creation of a criminal enterprise, which included reams of sex.
Let's just talk about how, he probably feeling in there right now, considering, like, you come from a luxurious lifestyle and now you're sitting in jail with a court date or a trial date that's so pushed out and so far away. You about to miss the holidays and everything for what? Because you wanted to do something foolish and stupid. It was only a matter of time, though. We all heard about things, in the past, about Diddy. So we knew this day was coming, but I wish I could be a fly on the wall just to see how he is reacting in there. He probably in there asking the guards, hey, can I get a water with lemon in it? Like, just imagine that. Like, you able to do whatever you want, have whatever you want in life, and then you get put in a jail cell. Like, come on. And you in there thinking you gonna get a champagne life? No, baby. You about to be drinking toilet water, sir. But let's get back to the video.
Sexual offenses against women. Diddy rapped his way into stardom in the 90s, eventually racking up a net worth of around $1 billion through music, fashion, restaurants, vodka, and TV. In his prime, he held so-called white parties where a who's who of fame and fortune had the opportunity to snort rails from the tanned bodies of call girls. These X-rated shindigs had an adult-only element where guests could indulge their most lurid fantasies. These were marathon orgies where the escort servicing the VIPs would have to use intravenous drips to recover from days of non-stop sex and rampant drug use. Diddy is now doing hard time in a
spot to show that it doesn't matter how much money you have. Some people just is never happy. They want the money, they get it, and then they looking for something else to fiend for or want, and they just never happy. Like, come on now, it's so many people that just wish they had the opportunity to have that type of money and to live that lifestyle. And the people that have it don't even appreciate it. They don't even deserve it. Like, come on, why is you having these type of orgies and things like that? Like, what's going on? Because to be honest with you, it's so many other people that belong in that jail cell with him. But we ain't finna talk about that right now. But it's a lot more because he didn't do this on his own. Come on. Over the years, so many people came out talking about how turned up his parties was. What was you doing up in there? Because now it's making us look at the people we know that been talking about going to Diddy parties way before the bad stuff came out. If you think back for years, how many people came out and talked about how turned up his parties was. Now that we know what was going on with them parties, don't try to go hide under a rock now, baby, because y'all exposed now. Y'all might as well come out the woodwork and put your hands behind your back because you belong in that jail cell right along with him. Okay?
Barton prison cell at the MDC, where the only white lines he sees are the ones he's told to stand behind as he strips and is ordered to drop and cough. As the most high-profile prisoner in the USA, everything he does is strictly monitored. His every move is recorded. He can't scratch his nose without someone watching. And you can be sure he won't end up sharing a cell with a muscular thug with hands big enough to screw off human heads. Diddy is currently being held in the Special Housing Unit, aka the SHU, a 23-hour lockdown part of the prison. That means he's purposefully being kept away from the general population, which according to a former warden is because he wouldn't last a minute in the main part of the jail.
Absolutely
not only is he charged with...
They better keep him in protective custody, baby. Because if them guys get a hold of him, it's over. It's over. It's over. So, yeah, they're going to have to keep him locked down. I wonder what's going to happen, like, if he get a long prison sentence and he goes off to prison. Is they going to keep him in protective custody? Like, if he gets, like, a lot of years, is they going to keep him in that for years to come? Like, how's that going to work? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's so crazy. And just imagine the damage that it could do to someone mentally, even if they is in jail, to not have any communication or social communication with other people for years. Like, that's so damaging. But if you did the crime, you deserve it. So it is what it is. That's the stuff you should have thought about when you was turning up. You know what I'm saying? Now you're in a jail cell probably thinking you about to get some lemon and water and some Ciroc and all that. No, sir, you're not. Well, you know what? They say you can do a lot of stuff in jail. Money talk, you know what I'm saying? So no telling. He probably in there drunk right now, honey. He probably got some cases of Ciroc in there. Because you know when you got money, you can make some things happen up in there. You know, so that's what they say. So we'll see.
Sex crimes, but killing Diddy, according to this warden, will bestow an inmate a badge of honor. Diddy is a dead man walking if anyone can actually get to him. At the very least, he'll have to pay millions in protection money. The question is, can they get to him? We'll come back to this topic soon, but first let's examine his day-to-day existence in a jail that sits somewhere within the seventh circle of hell, the violent part. Wake-up call is 6 a.m. on the dot, when Diddy will open his eyes to 4 bare walls. He probably isn't getting much sleep. The shoe is quiet during the night, but the occasional scream will no doubt wake him from his nightmares. It is also very uncomfortable sleeping without a pillow on a 1.5-inch mattress. This is a man whose $40 million 10-bedroom home, just one of his homes, had a theater, a spa, a beauty salon, and a pool connected to an underground water tunnel.
Just imagine going from having all those things to sleeping on a 1-inch mattress. Baby, you sleeping on bricks at this point. He probably got all type of knocks on his neck and back. Probably got crooks in his back and leg. He probably get Charlie horses every night. You know the man had money, so he was sleeping on feathers pretty much. He was sleeping on a cloud nine. A mattress, you know what I'm saying? Us poor people probably would never get a chance to feel. You know what I'm saying? So he was floating that night. And now you sleeping on bricks? Oh yeah, that man crumpled up. I'm telling you, he folded up, baby. They got him sleeping with and no pillow. Baby, that just gonna show what greed will get you. You had the life and you was that greedy. You couldn't just get you one person. You couldn't just, even a few people, honey, it's people that live the poly lifestyle. You could have did that. Like, you wasn't happy with that. You just had to go overboard and do all this extra stuff, honey. And that go for the rest of y'all who did it too, who participated. Because he's not the only guilty person in this case. So I got a feeling that 2025 is going to reveal so much and it's going to expose a lot of other people. You know what I'm saying? We ain't going to get into that yet, baby, because there's a lot of names that's already been exposed. But we're going to wait till it really hit the fan because, baby, he's not the only one that's guilty because them parties was not empty. From what I heard, and I'm sure you guys probably heard too, honey. One guy, he said that there was 8 floors in one mansion that he went in. I can't remember who it was, if it was the security guard or... It was somebody who was affiliated or it was somebody who had been to Diddy party. He was getting interviewed and he said it was 8 floors and on every floor, it was filled with people. And he said the higher up he went, the crazier the activities was getting. So it'll probably be like more chilled out on the first floor. Second floor, they kissing and doing stuff. Third floor, they fully naked. Fourth floor, they doing the do, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's people that belong up in that jail cell with him because nobody said, hey man, this wrong, let's not do this. Man.
There's likely no natural light in his cell, just a strip light above the furnishings of an iron bed bolted to the floor, next to an all-in-one ensuite sink and toilet. He spends 23 hours a day in this cell. His family has been allowed to see him, and his lawyer has been visiting, but the majority of his days are just him and those 4 walls, plus the odd visit from Kenny the Cockroach. Yes, he probably names them. That's the kind of thing men do in isolation. He's expected to make his bed every day after he awakes.
Have a cockroach crawl and somebody he probably named the cockroach Kenny. That remind me of the Green Mile. Y'all remember the Green Mile? Well, I forgot the man's name, the big black man, and he had the mouse as his friend. The mouse was his friend. No, the mouse was the friend of another prisoner that was in there, but he ended up taking the mouse. And yeah, if y'all remember, the mouse was the companion of one of the inmates up in there. Like it was his friend, and he kept the mouse and fed him and stuff like that. It reminded me of that. I know Diddy not in there playing with roaches. I know he not in there playing with roaches. He probably is. He probably got him a mouse friend and some roaches up in there. You better collect them because, baby, that's the best it's going to get up in there. For real. You need to collect you some roaches, you know what I'm saying, so you can have some people to talk to. You can be social, you know what I'm saying. Things like that. Stay healthy in there.
To mop the floor and keep his toilet and sink clean. No doubt he is grateful for these cleaning duties that give him something to do. It might be humiliating for a man who had hordes of household staff, but the alternative is going insane from inactivity. Each morning he receives his breakfast through a small hole in the door. There will be no caviar on offer, but there will be powdered scrambled eggs, cheap white bread, milk, and sweet juice. This is one of 3 meals each day, which all added up by law should give him at least 1,800 calories. One of the problems with this shoe is when he finally gets his meal, it won't be very hot. He's gone from spending $3,000 on a single meal in New York to eating cold hot dogs made from muscle and sinew. With each jail meal typically costing $3 to $4, he'll have to get used to mystery meat and maybe the odd surprise dish.
Look, I got a feeling he probably in there fading away. Because if I was used to eating a certain lifestyle, baby, there's no way. He probably starving himself in there. He probably not even eating the majority of the stuff that they giving him. But let's stop playing games too. I'm not going to play games. He know what it's like to eat those type of meals. He wasn't born with a silver spoon. So baby, you back to the beginning. Doing all what you did took you back to your roots, baby. So you better get back used to eating them little hot dogs and stuff because you weren't born with a silver spoon, baby. So you remember them hot dogs and them noodles and all that. Baby, honey, you asked for it.
NDC prisoner recently complained about maggots in his food. Still, Diddy has plenty of cash, and he has access to the Commissary, where he can buy candy, coffee, tea, and other food treats, and likely clothes or a radio. The maximum he'll be able to spend is $160 every 2 weeks. Not much for a man who owned a $500,000 diamond-studded gold chain. He might spend a lot of time reading, although there's limited access to the library for shoe prisoners. If he is reading, it's likely material found in the jail's True Links electronic law library. Still, a prisoner recently said resources are really bad in the MDC. Forget about your constitutional rights, he said. Human rights here are a problem. Diddy gets 3 showers a week, which will be taken by himself in showers that inmates have said are full of mold. It's likely Diddy, a man who is used to the finer things in life, is now familiar with the scent that fills a badly ventilated room when large logs of fecal matter don't flush properly. There were recently 800...
How y'all imagine it? Boy, I know he regret everything he did. He probably end up praying every day asking for forgiveness. He better be. He needs to be. Because at the end of the day, boy, you got somebody to answer to bigger than the courts. And, yeah, you crossed a lot of lines. Do I feel sorry for him? No. Because if the things that they saying are true, baby, you deserve to every minute of what you're doing. You actually, you know what I'm saying, lasted longer than I thought you would because I thought they was going to pick you up a long time ago. They drugged this out this year. The first time when they raided his house, I thought they was going to snatch him up and take him. And they didn't. I'm surprised they let him stay on the street as long as they did. So, yeah, he should have thought about that, honey. That's on him.
100 work orders for repair and infrastructure at the MDC in the space of a month, and plumbing was one of the issues that needed to be fixed. Let's now imagine Diddy was in general population. This has been called hell on earth since it was opened in 1994. In recent years, it's been known for brutal assaults. Reports say prisoners receive inadequate supervision and insufficient medical care. An inmate reported people get stabbed at least a couple of times a week in a jail where inmates have homemade knives that are 6 to 9 inches long. Not long ago, an inmate was stabbed multiple times. Instead of receiving medical care, he got a 25-day lockdown. Another prisoner was stabbed to death. This happened in a jail where 6 staff members...
gonna lock somebody up and put them on lockdown after they got stabbed up? How? That don't even make sense. Yeah, he actually lucky that they have him in a protective custody type setting where he's at in the jail, because baby, if they get their hands on him, it's over with. You know what I'm saying? They gon' that's probably like a badge of honor to well, not a badge of honor. Let me say it right. That's probably, it's probably clout for the inmates, on that level if somebody do something to them. So they probably all got it lined up like, hey, whoever get him first. Yeah, they better keep him over there because he need to answer to what he did. Plus, like I said, we want to finish hearing the story and see who else is involved. I'm sorry. We want to hear it.
Members were fired over the last 5 years for doing shady business with the prisoners, which, according to a current inmate, means bringing in phones, the drugs, the razors, the scalpels. It's even said that some of the correction officers are gang members. It's so incredibly violent in the MDC that judges have been reluctant to send men there. Still, they don't have many options since the Metropolitan Correctional Center was shut down, mostly because of what happened to Jeffrey Epstein. If the same happens to Diddy, you can be sure heads will roll. So, is he completely safe? It depends. Just before we started making this video, it was reported he'd left his total isolation and was shacked up in a dorm with the former crypto king Sam Bankman-Fried. But this is just a rumor. It's hard to know because the Bureau of Prisons says it does not provide information about conditions of confinement, and it definitely won't talk about security. But we do know from Diddy's...
It's kind of messed up that they don't provide that, because I feel like they should provide the conditions of inmates and the facilities, considering that, taxpayers is paying for this. So y'all should be providing that. I know that's not really on the topic, but y'all should be letting people know. People want to know what is the conditions. If y'all not doing nothing with the money, stop charging taxpayers for that. And you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man.
Lawyers that life in the jail is not ideal. They recently called the conditions horrific, attempting to get Diddy out on bail with a $50 million bond, but the judge refused, so it looks as though he is staying put. How will everything work out for Diddy? If it's true he is in a dorm, he'll be experiencing 24-hour paranoia, sleeping with one eye open, watching every move of every man. He might be living with guys.
He in a dorm. Do y'all think he in the dorm? If y'all do, comment and let me know. I don't think he in a dorm. I don't think he'll make it in a dorm. They got to keep him protected because, like they said, if something happens to them, they're going to look at them. People going to look at them really strange, and they're going to be forced to provide what happened in the conditions that's in there, and the guards, they're going to be under so much scrutiny. They're going to have to, you know what I'm saying? So I don't think they'll do that. They know that that's not safe. They probably would put him in like a cell or close to someone who is at the same level as him, like, publicity. I mean, not publicity, but famous and has money. There's not enough for anything valid they may put next to him or whatever. But putting him with regular inmates now, I doubt that. I don't think that they'll do that. He wouldn't make it, and I don't think so.
Who, like him, require protective custody. But that doesn't mean any of the 18 to 20 of them in that dorm won't be dangerous. A few of them, like Diddy, will be in for sex-related offenses. And we're talking about a man worth hundreds of millions, so we can expect Diddy will be paying some serious money to help him stay alive. Yeah. But let's not forget that a person is innocent until proven guilty. Diddy's lawyers...
You know what? If the guards are really shady as they say they are at this facility, I could see them trying to put him in a space that will be kind of compromising to try to force him to give them money. Because them dirty guards, no telling, they know he'll have to pay for his own protection. And so they'll probably try to be slick and put him somewhere that he shouldn't be. Because we done seen that in history where stuff like that happened. Look what happened to Jeffrey Dahmer. Them guards knew what they was doing. They put him in a position to let what happened to him. You know what I'm saying? So imagine if they're a dirty guard and they're trying to get some money. They'll put him in that position so he can be scared and pay for his own protection. They know he got the money, so no telling.
Recently said that their client has been looking forward to clearing his name, and he is going to clear his name. And if he doesn't, his name is soon going to be landing on the lips of men who have nothing to lose and maybe something to gain. And that's why it's almost certain if he's found guilty, he'll spend much of the remainder of his life in a protective custody unit, where he'll have lots of opportunities to discuss freak-offs with men of the predatory kind who made freak-offs their life's work. Now you need to watch Inescapable Cell, designed specifically for one prisoner.
Yeah. So, yeah, at the end of the day, I just wanted to talk about this and see what y'all think, because everybody is speculating what life is like for Diddy in that jail cell. We know that he's somebody who is not used to being in there. He has a lifestyle that's luxury, and he used to certain things. So, no telling how it's going in there, because he probably already paying for his protection, and we just don't know it. He can't tell nobody nothing, you know. Yeah, and they not giving him a bond, but I'm thinking the judge probably not giving him a bond just because he has the type of money that can put him in hiding and never be seen again. So no telling which. Well, I'm not gonna say that, but I'm gonna say it. I was gonna say he knew this day was coming. I'm sure his lawyers told him that he was gonna get locked up eventually. I felt like if he was going to run, he would have already done that, because he had ample time. From the time they raided his house up until the time they arrested him, he had time to run. Then he knew what was coming next after they raided his house. So it is what it is. You know, it's your girl NellyVille. I just had to come up here with my little 2 cents. Tell me what y'all think, you know, in the comments. And I'll talk to y'all next time.